So, some big news on the Iran front. The ceasefire with the US has just been extended. And on the surface, that sounds great, right? A step in the right direction? Well, hold on, because there's a major catch. While the fighting has stopped, so has the talking. And this right here, this is the really bizarre situation we find ourselves in. On one hand, yeah, the immediate conflict is on pause. But on the other hand, the whole process for finding a lasting peace has ground to a complete halt. It's this strange, tense limbo, no active war, but absolutely zero progress either. So with the guns silent and the diplomats also silent, it begs the question, what is really going on here? Is this some fragile first step towards peace, or is it just the quiet before the storm really hits? To figure that out, we really need to take a quick look back. To understand this deadlock, you have to understand the key events that have happened over just the last few weeks. It's pretty wild how quickly this all ramped up. I mean, just a few weeks ago, tensions were through the roof. War seemed like a very real possibility. So, to cool things down, they put a temporary ceasefire in place. The hope was, okay, this will open the door for some real peace talks. But when the deadline came, nope, the negotiations didn't just slow down, they hit a complete brick wall. So, why the sudden stop? What's the deal? Well, it all seems to come down to one single massive issue that's brought the entire process to a screeching halt. Let's dig into what's being called the blockade deadlock. Okay, so what exactly is the blockade? This isn't just a simple sanction. Think of it more like a powerful strategic web of U.S. restrictions that are effectively choking off Iran's oil routes and its access to major ports. It's designed to put a massive squeeze on Iran's economy, which, of course, has a big knock-on effect on the global oil supply. For the U.S., it's their main piece of leverage. And this is where we see the perfect diplomatic stalemate. It's basically a game of you go first. The U.S. position is crystal clear. You come to us with a serious proposal first, then we'll talk. But Iran's position is just as firm. No way. You lift this crippling economic blockade, and then we'll sit down. For both sides, this is a non-starter, a red line. The Trump administration wants to project strength, and for Iran's leaders, caving under this kind of pressure would be seen as a huge national humiliation. It's a classic standoff, and right now, nobody is blinking. Now, I know this can feel like some far-off political chess match happening thousands of miles away. But the truth is, a standoff like this has consequences that ripple out across the whole world. So let's talk about why this deadlock actually matters to you. And we're already seeing the effects. Oil prices, they're jumping all over the place with every bit of news. The global financial markets are getting really nervous. Investors hate this kind of geopolitical uncertainty. And maybe most importantly, tensions are ratcheting up again across the entire Middle East, and as we all know, instability in that region can have a huge impact on everyone. Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all. What happens now? All eyes are on what's going to happen in the next few days. It feels like a real turning point, and from where we stand, there are really only two ways this can go. Apparently, Iran has been given a very short time frame to give an answer. So, path number one, Iran gives a positive response. If that happens, talks could get back on track and diplomacy gets a second chance. But path number two, if Iran stays silent or if the answer is just a hard no, then the risk of this fragile ceasefire completely collapsing and the conflict starting right back up goes up a lot. The ball is well and truly in Iran's court. So here's the bottom line. We have a ceasefire, but no peace talks. That powerful blockade is still in place. The whole situation is just incredibly sensitive. It feels like one wrong move from either side could bring the whole thing crashing down. And like we just said, all eyes are on Iran's next move. All of which leaves us with one final, lingering question. For now, the crisis has been put on pause. A very, very tense quiet has settled in. But in a high-stakes standoff like this one, you have to wonder, who is really holding the remote?